what's up? It's DJ. Here's Farm Sim news for Monday, July 14th. Bcbuhler Farms has a big update for all of their projects. Chris and Riley have some good news for the Colossus pack. And Celabuki drops some big information on Alma, Missouri. However, you need a new save. If you like staying updated with all the latest news in Farming Simulator, get subscribed. Let's check it out. It's been a while since we've talked about SteamDB, and here we are. A new unknown app has appeared. It's very likely the elusive third DLC for FS25. As you can see, it was updated 27 days ago. However, it just appeared on the site today. Since FarmCon was only last weekend, I'm guessing that they've set it to be viewed by the public now, perhaps to keep attention on the Highlands fishing expansion or something else. Either way, generally we see things added to this list maybe a month or two before they're announced, so still could be a little while before we find out exactly what they're up to. I think at this point everyone's expecting DLC number 3 to be the Mercedes pack, especially with the teasers for Merc and the MB track in the expansion video. We could also find out what it is during the live stream from Giants on Monday, July 28th in 2 weeks. Either way, I'll keep you updated with the latest information. Oh, and of course it gets an update today, like while I'm recording. Of course it does. Jumping over to modern news, we're going to start with Mr. Bcbuhler Farms and some of their current projects. First up, we got the International CV update. This update is currently with the mod hub team awaiting testing and includes support for rafting modding Super Duty Bed Pack in addition to other fixes and changes. There's also a few changes to mods that have been on their itch page for a little bit and have gone through the first round of testing with the mod hub team, including their Alma Super 7, which has been split into 3 models instead of 1 now. The Volvo WIA truck has gone through the first round of testing as well and has had some extra axle options added. And then we get into the Swathing Mods. So we got quite a bit to talk about. The Macdon pickup header is back with mostly the same options and connections based on the base game combine harvesters that we've got, and a new version has been added for that Massey Ferguson 8570 to keep it more with the classic modeling. As for the Swather pack, the Swather transport is back after being removed in FS22, in addition to the mower conditioner, the Swather, and we get a mower head from FS25. Now, the mower still has a conditioner built into it, which can be removed if you want to mow grass instead of having hay. There's also now 2 different swathing heads, one that just mows grass and one that works like the Macdon swather that we've got now, swathing your crops and allowing you to pick them up. Because swathing feature is not map dependent anymore, they have had to include 2 different versions, so that's why those are there. You can also kick the swath left and to the right and to the center, which is very, very nice, and there's some new branding to represent more models on the swather itself. Bcbuhler says that they're leaving the pickup header and swather pack on their itch page at least for a few more days to allow for any other issues to be found before sending it off for testing. A few extra days in testing now could save a few weeks later on in the mod hub testing. And yes, these mods are for all platforms. However, PC players can still download them all right now via Bcbuhler's itch page, linked below. Good news from Chris S. and Riley S. The Colossus update went into testing on Friday. They're guessing it'll come out sometime this week, so fingers crossed. One mod that I missed a few weeks ago, I don't know how that happened, Sully Modding has submitted their JCB 412S wheel loader. It was submitted for testing on all platforms 2 weeks ago. The last time we talked about this was back in March when Sully dropped the fact sheets for it with 120 horsepower and only costed 40 grand. It's not a bad wheel loader to go for. And with the year 1 expansion coming up, this JCB will fit perfectly on that new map and will feel right at home with all the other JCB equipment that we're going to be getting. I'm super excited about this one. Some cool stuff from Mantrid today. They've shown off both the Lizard Underbelly trailer and their Lizard Boogeyman dolly from Farming Simulator 22, with the dolly having the ability to lock even when facing sideways. This will make backing trailers up much, much easier. We got some new features being added to Ikas' upcoming 60x80 shed with a pressure washer and parts washer added to the wash bay, and workbenches, toolboxes, shelves, and a table for hand tools added. It looks like the building is done, or at least new features are finished, as they made a post with the name, which is way too long, and the specs. Shed with pressure washer, workshop, tool table for hand tools. You got to change that. That's rough. 2 drive-through bays, small bay, and a main bay with a work area, lighting inside, outside, and automatic at night. Color configurations, storages, and sheds, $120,000, $15 per day. And lastly today, Celabuki says that Alma, Missouri update 1.1 is coming soon, which will be a very big update to the map. There's still more to come. However, the changelog right now is they've added alfalfa, which could be sold, turned into silage, or used as animal feed. Soybeans now leave usable straw after harvest, which works like normal straw. Update to the field layout. The map now features 38 fields. Update to the farmland layout. There's now 47 farmlands. A new selling point, Alma Logistic. We need to put an S at the end of that. Purchased all required materials for constructible placeables and sped up the drying process in the corn dryer and added a smoke effect during operation. However, unfortunately, because the update adds fields and changes things to the map, a new save game will be required. In the past, Celebuki has done everything they could to avoid requiring saves and things like that. However, this update will require one. So just be aware of that. If you're playing on Alma, Missouri right now and you want all of these changes, you will have to start a new save for them to take effect. And that is it. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, drop a like on it. Get subscribed if you're new and join the DjGoHam fam. Double check those notifications. That way you never miss videos like this one. Hope you have an awesome day. Happy Monday to you. We will see you later. Here we go. No mods from Friday. So what do you think we're getting today?